Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North, and it could change the entire landscape of the division. We're talking about a move that could significantly impact the Steelers' journey toward another Super Bowl run. It's a power shift that might leave a division rival stumbling for years to come. We're bringing this to you firsthand, so stay tuned because what I'm about to tell you could be a game changer for our beloved black and gold. But before we dive into the details, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're part of this family. Let's grow together. Share this with your friends, your fellow Steelers fans, and let's keep the conversation going. Now let's get to the news. Recently, the NFL world has been buzzing about a potential blockbuster trade involving Breece Hall, the explosive running back from the New York Jets. Yes, you heard that right, Hall, who has shown flashes of brilliance when healthy, might be heading to Pittsburgh. And this isn't just some rumor. Sources like Jennifer Juarez have confirmed that the Jets are seriously considering moving Hall, who currently has a cap hit of around $18 million for 2025. The Jets, sitting at a disappointing 2-8 this season, are clearly in a rebuild mode, and they're prioritizing their future, especially focusing on their quarterback situation. So it looks like Hall could be on his way out, and the Steelers might be the perfect landing spot for him. Now, let's break down what this move could mean for Pittsburgh. First, the Steelers have been solid this season, sitting comfortably at 5-4, but everyone knows that to truly contend in the AFC, especially with teams like Kansas City, Baltimore, and Cincinnati, you need a dynamic, versatile running game. James Harris has been doing his thing, but adding Breece Hall would take the Steelers' rushing attack to a whole new level. Hall, who is just entering his second year in the league, has already shown he can be a game changer. Last season, he rushed for over 700 yards and scored 3 touchdowns despite missing a chunk of the year due to injury. His career stats are impressive: over 3,000 rushing yards, 25 touchdowns, and a YPC of 4.8, which is pretty solid in today's NFL. And let's not forget, Hall's ability to catch out of the backfield and create yards after contact makes him a perfect fit for Pittsburgh's versatile offense. What's especially exciting is the potential pairing of Hall with Harris. Imagine a duo that could combine for close to 2,000 rushing yards this season. That kind of ground game would be a nightmare for defenses, especially in a division where physicality is king. The Steelers' offensive line has been improving, and adding a player like Hall would alleviate some of the pressure on them, allowing Pittsburgh to establish the run more consistently. This change could also open up the passing game, giving Kenny Pickett more options and making our offense even more unpredictable. From a strategic standpoint, the Steelers could see a boost of around 12% in EPA per run, according to some analysts. That's a significant jump and could translate into more sustained drives, more time of possession, and ultimately more points on the scoreboard. In the red zone, the impact could be even more noticeable. Expect a 20% increase in efficiency. Plus, Hall's presence would help keep our defense fresh by controlling the clock, giving our defense more rest and reducing the opponent's offensive opportunities. It's all about controlling the game's tempo, and Hall's dynamic skill set fits perfectly into that game plan. The trade itself. The Jets are reportedly asking for a second-round pick in the 2026 draft. That's a fair price considering Hall's talent and potential. For the Steelers, acquiring Hall would mean an immediate upgrade at running back without sacrificing too much in terms of draft capital, especially since their cap space is in decent shape to absorb his contract. The Jets, meanwhile, are focusing on their youth movement and prioritizing their cap room. They're eyeing other positions, particularly quarterback, as they look to rebuild for the future. But let's talk about the bigger picture. In the AFC North, this move could shake things up even more. The Steelers have always been a tough, physical team, but adding a player like Hall makes them even more dangerous. It raises their floor and their ceiling. Our team has been competitive all season, but with Hall in the backfield, the offense could become a juggernaut. The division rivals, especially Baltimore and Cincinnati, will have to adjust their game plans, knowing the Steelers now boast a ground game that can control the clock and wear down defenses. It's not just about adding yards, it's about changing the entire dynamic of how we approach games. And let's not forget the mental edge. Having a player like Hall in the locker room and on the field boosts our confidence. The Steelers have a rich history of strong running games, from Franco Harris to Jerome Bettis, and bringing in someone with Hall's explosiveness and versatility could reignite that tradition. It's the kind of move that energizes the fan base and sends a message to the rest of the league. Pittsburgh is back in the ground and pound game, and we mean business. Now, some skeptics might point out that Hall's injury history is a concern, but he's shown minimal injury issues in 2025, and his ability to stay healthy and perform at a high level is promising. Plus, the Steelers' medical staff and training staff have a reputation for keeping players healthy and ready to go. If Hall can stay on the field, his upside is enormous. The potential for a breakout season, especially in a system that emphasizes power running and play action, makes this trade a no-brainer for Pittsburgh. Looking ahead, this move could also have long-term implications. If Hall proves to be the player we think he can be, it could change the franchise's approach to drafting and building the roster. The Steelers have always valued a balanced team, but with Hall, they might lean even more into the ground game and play action to complement their solid defense. It's a blueprint for sustained success, especially if Kenny Pickett continues to develop as a quarterback. Of course, this is still speculation, but the signs are pointing toward a serious conversation. The Jets are clearly rebuilding and focusing on their future, and Pittsburgh is in a position to make a splash. The potential trade of a second-round pick in 2026 for Hall signals how highly the Steelers might view him as a piece that can push them over the top. And in the NFL, it's all about making bold moves at the right time. In terms of fan reactions, I can already see the excitement building. Steelers fans love a good ground game, and the idea of pairing Harris with Hall is something that could make our offense unstoppable. It's reminiscent of the classic Steelers power running teams, but with a modern twist. The division rivals will have to respect our rushing attack now more than ever, and that could open up opportunities in the passing game for Pickett and our talented receivers. As we approach the final stretch of the season, every game counts, and adding a player like Breece Hall could be the difference in securing a playoff spot and making a deep run. The AFC North is always competitive, but with this kind of upgrade, Pittsburgh could be set up for a strong finish, and maybe even a shot at another Super Bowl. That's what Steelers Nation dreams of, and it's what this move could bring to the table. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking at the odds, betting lines are already adjusting, with some experts now giving Pittsburgh a plus 1,500 shot to win the Super Bowl, but this move could tighten those odds significantly. A player like Hall, with his explosiveness and ability to take over games, could push the Steelers' chances even higher, maybe down to plus 800 if everything clicks. It's all about adding that X factor that can change the game in key moments, especially in the postseason. And for the Jets, this trade signals a clear focus on youth and cap flexibility. They're investing in their future, even if it means moving on from a promising player like Hall. It's a tough pill to swallow for Jets fans, but it's part of the rebuild process. For the Steelers, though, it's about capitalizing on the moment, bringing in talent that can help us contend now and in the future. In the end, this potential trade isn't just about acquiring a talented running back. It's about sending a message. The Steelers are serious about competing for championships, and they're willing to make bold moves to get there. With Hall in the backfield, alongside Harris, Nagy, and our solid defense, we could be looking at a team that's built for a deep playoff run, a team that's ready to bring another Lombardi home to Pittsburgh. The fans are fired up, the team is motivated, and the AFC North is about to get a whole lot more interesting. So, Steelers Nation, keep your eyes on the news. This could be the move that propels us to the next level. We've seen flashes of greatness this season, but with Hall potentially donning the black and gold, the best is yet to come. It's a thrilling time to be a Steelers fan. We're on the cusp of something special, and I, for one, can't wait to see how this story unfolds. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news. Let's go Steelers!